Hello everyone, I'm back and my name's Chess Playground, which is kind of obvious because you can see my channel name, but hello, I'm back. It's been some time since my last video, and I've changed my recording software, so if my voice sounds a little bit different, it's probably because of that. I'm not sick or anything, but anyway, so let's get into today's video. So today we will be talking about the endgame tactic, or just a way to win. It's a king and pawn endgame, with one side having a pawn and the other not. In this king and pawn endgame, it's a tactic where you put your king one space or three spaces in front of the opposing king, and you gain an advantage in order to promote this pawn, or in case wherever your pawn is. So in this case, most of us will know what to do. For those people who do know what opposition is, but for the people who don't know what opposition is, I'll tell you what it is. So that's why you probably came to this video. Anyway, so let's talk about opposition. The opposition is when, like I said, you put it one square in front. So obviously you would just move right here. So, okay, king moves there. So first of all, in this case, you wouldn't just go follow this and keep going. That would be threefold repetition. It would be a draw. So you wouldn't want to do that. So what you would want to do in this case is move to king f6, and you might know why for the people who do know, but for the people who don't know, you move here because now the king cannot move anywhere over here. He can move here, but then the process just but then the process just goes over again, and now whatever he plays, you do this, and now you have these three squares covered. So you see, you have this square, this square, this square, so now you can just bring your pawn in. In this case, boom, there you go. You have a perfect winning chance. I would not need to explain this because I have a whole another video. So let's talk about a different kind of opposition. So in this case, I'll have my pawn set up here, my king right here, and my black king a bit over here. So you might be like, oh, it's kind of distant, but we can still get the opposition, and I'll show you how. So we all know how the one square away opposition is pretty simple. It's just one square away. But in this case, the kings are quite separated. You can see they're a few squares away, which in most cases is not the best ideal situation in a endgame because you always want to get the opposition to win the game. So in chess, there's two types of opposition actually. There is the opposition with one square between the two pieces, the two kings, or three squares between the two kings. So in this case, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to move the king to e3. And let me pause what they're going to play here, because I'll tell you why. So in this case, the reason why there are three squares in between is because if this black king decides to make a blunder, in this case it will be a blunder because he will lose the game, if he moves forward, now this white king moves forward. And that means white now has the opposition. And that means black will now lose the game, as we already talked about. I'll just play the game to show you how actually you'd play for one move opposition, as we barely talked about it that much. So now we have this, so I just move it forward. Now we have this again, so we can't get any opposition yet, but let's do this. Now we can get opposition, so we take it, and then now we can just promote. There you go. That's pretty simple. So after you've done this king e3 move, let's go all the way back. And after you've done this king e3 move, there's a few options for black. There's this, and this. So there's quite a few options that black can move. And let's say he picks this. In this case, we already know what's going to happen. We'll just move there, and we're going to get the opposition. So that's not the best move for black. It's the same left that it is right. So if you do the same thing, white will move here, and it won't change anything. So again, if we move to any of these back two squares, for example here, now white will do this and get the opposition again. Sorry, I don't know why it keeps playing for that. But now here we have white playing getting the three different squares between opposition again. So that means now black only has a few different squares to move to, and all of them are kind of bad. So now we have different ones. We have these last three squares here, here, here. So this is kind of special between all of these because okay, let's go with this one right here. And now white will move straight forward. You see, just going forward straight up. And going back here would be a blunder as well. White would get the opposition. So moving here would probably be the best option for black. So now we basically have just a simple endgame where you can win if you just get the correct opposition correctly. So again, I'm going to set up another position and I'll just show you guys how to play. So let me get a good position ready. Let me just set one up here. Where do you have a king? Around here. Anyway, so let's do one last one before we round out the video, before I just tell you, bye and stuff. Anyway, so let's get into this part. So we just get opposition here. Wait for him to, oh, sorry. We move, there we go, king e4. Getting the opposition, getting that one square in between. And now he moves there, and remember what I said, do not move where this opponent king moves, because that's going to put you into threefold repetition and a draw. So now you move here. And okay, fast move there, now you get the opposition again. He moves there, you move here. Follow him. He moves there, you move here. He moves there, you move here. Now, you move here. Now, you see that he is moving back at a quite rapid rate. So if you push here, he will take. So you move one move back, still maintaining the side opposition. It's the same opposition as vertical, except you do it side. So now here we go. We have this. Push there, opposition, boom, boom, bang, boom, queen. No more needed. This is an easy win for white. I don't even think I need to explain this. Come on. I think we all know how to do queen in games. And if you don't, per se you're a beginner, you can go to one of my other videos that I made about different types of endgames. So that rounds up this video on the move and kind of like a tactic opposition. It's kind of like a little tactic thing, not especially a tactic, because tactics are, you know, like straightforward and stuff. It's kind of like a move, a special move where you can win the game in king pawn end games. So there you go. Remember, everyone, you either have the one square opposition or you have the three squares. So the red marks are going to be the kings. And you either have the one square opposition or you have the three squares. So remember that, everyone. That will be your key on knowing how to get opposition. I mean, that's about it. Bye, everyone. Make sure you subscribe, like. That's about it. Bye.